What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fight Pit here at House Call Sports. I'm Sam HT. That is Justin and Ollie, who's in Africa. Plot twist. And today we are going to be making our bad blood predictions. The big guy, speculation starting on The Rock, possibly returning at this PLE, and AEW finally getting a deal done. They're going to be staying at Warner Brothers. We'll talk a little bit more about that, plus a little bit of shady stuff concerning the Lucha Bros. That and a bit more coming up. But before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, I can't go on further without talking about our sponsor for today's video, Vivid Seats. Vivid Seats is the most trustworthy and easy to navigate ticketing website. They have reliable and rewarding tickets and a $100 guarantee, which means your transaction will be safe and secure. You will get full service customer care and be compensated for any canceled events. And it's got the only ticket rewards program around. Any WWE live event you want to go to, football season's at an all-time high. Get your tickets at Vivid Seats. Hit the link in the description and go sit vividly. Now, fellas, how are we doing today? Bad blood this Saturday. It's going to be... How are we doing, fellas? How are we feeling?
Very warm.
Feeling better than Ollie right now.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey.
Ollie.
As much as we're playing into the whole Africa thing, this is only like the northern coast. But I tell you what, with a fucking view though, at least.
That is a nice view. I can
view
barely
that
see
we
it.
can't see. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is 1 a.m. On the little 2 square foot balcony that I'm sat on in the beautiful city of Monastir in Tunisia.
Oh, Tunisia. Okay.
Yes. Hot
All right.
as fuck.
Yeah, I bet it's a real culture shock too. I mean, is it at all?
To be fair, no lions, which I'm disappointed.
Nobody that looks like Ollie anywhere.
Exactly, and we were talking about in the little brand meeting we had yesterday.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
if I somehow manage to come back from this place without being eaten by a lion, I think we can call it a monumental success. But it doesn't matter where the fuck I am on the planet. I'm not going to pass up an opportunity to come sit with you boys and talk wrestling. So let's fucking do it.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Bad blood, gentlemen, has been built up closely to perfection. There's a little bit of stuff that we could talk about, but we're up for a pretty good PLE. Obviously featuring the very heated rivalry between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. We also have a WrestleMania level tag team match. Cody Rhodes teaming with Roman Reigns, the two faces of the damn company teaming up against Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. We also have 2 women's title matches, which that's going to be pretty interesting, including a Dom in a shark cage match. We're so excited. But we're going to go ahead and start off with one of the matches that I feel like hasn't been built as well as we all thought it was going to be. And that's Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. Now, when this turn happened at SummerSlam, it had the whole world talking. A lot of people were very excited for Finn Balor because now, as a single star and a leader, official leader of this new Judgment Day faction, we thought he was going to have a strap to the moon. And, well, it really hasn't happened the way we thought it would. The feud has been a little up and down. And I'd say that this is probably the match I'm least excited for, aside from Nia Jax versus Bayley. So, Ollie, I'll go ahead and start with you and your dark self. What exactly are your expectations for this match? And who do you think is going to come out on top?
Yeah, if you'd have asked me around SummerSlam time how excited I would be at what the levels would be, I'd have said, fucking bring it on. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'm looking forward to this match, possibly above many others. But like you said, it's not been booked very well. It's not been built very well. And it's kind of been forgotten about as well as, to be fair, the whole new Judgment Day. Because if you look back at the Tag Team Championship reign, they've held those titles now for over 100 days. They've defended them twice.
Not even. I think only once. Have they? Hold on, let me see.
Since they got the titles
only twice.
I think it's only once.
Only once, right?
I only remember one defense.
Yeah, I remember the defense against the New Day, right? And the entire ending of that match, I remember being very upset. I just didn't like the ending. I thought the match was cooking until the ending, but keep going, Ollie.
Yeah, so off that premise alone, off the premise that really right now, besides Liv Morgan and Dominic Mysterio, nobody really gives a shit about this. I mean, I don't know if I was the only one who picked up on it watching Raw. No one really was behind the Finn Balor promo. Like, I wasn't really. It didn't feel like the crowd were like as many because a few of his big lines just weren't really hitting. And then the online reception I saw post Raw just wasn't great either. And it's for that exact reason I'm actually going to go for Finn Balor to win this match, because he needs it so much more than Damian Priest. Damian Priest is so over off the back of a fairly solid championship run, and he doesn't need it at the moment. And this is the exact same logic I'm going to apply a little bit further down the line with some of the other matches that I'm going to go for. But yeah, Finn Balor for me takes this one just because he absolutely needs it. Otherwise, this whole story involving him and the Judgment Day is just going to peter out and it's going to go absolutely nowhere.
Yeah, I think that's really the issue with this feud. I mean, this just hasn't been taken to the other level. Justin, I'll go to you. Your thoughts on this match and who you think is going to come out with on top.
Let me just say this. Finn Balor cannot keep a crowd active in a storyline. He's a great in-ring competitor, but he just can't keep the momentum. And I've been a big Finn Balor fan for a while, but I've just been noticing this rivalry after rivalry. You literally have a rivalry between a member of the Judgment Day and one former member that you kicked out, who is one of the most over people in WWE right now. You should be able to keep that flame, but yet he fails out again. So who do I have winning this match? Finn, honestly. I think Finn is going to win this. I think the way that WWE should have done it, and I think it would make the Finn Balor win a lot more exciting, is if we brought back the Demon. That's my thing. That's the thing that makes me think that Finn Balor is like the only way he gets hot in WWE is by bringing back the Demon for these PLEs. Because he has been boring. He has been what my girlfriend calls me, an old bowl of oatmeal. Boring.
Old bowl of oatmeal.
Yeah, listen, because when I come home from
That's
work, I just want to
You
sit
need
around.
to add some. Yeah, you need to add some like cinnamon, some sugar. There's nothing with Finn Balor right now.
You're
man.
saying it. You need some spice in this. You need to sweeten it up. You need to add some flavor to it. But Finn Balor has been a potato. And I'm not saying this because he's from Ireland. He's literally been boring. So he's gonna win this match because I feel like one of two people are gonna lose. It's either gonna be Rhea or it's gonna be Damian. And I think Damian could take the loss a little bit better than Rhea could. Even though I have the sneaky suspicion that both of them are gonna lose, but I'm just gonna go with that for now.
Yeah, I guess my other problem with Finn Balor is like you guys pretty much hit it on the nail, but on top of all that, like his momentum is just gone. It felt like he peaked really at SummerSlam, where he was getting these reactions and we're at Bash at Berlin. I think what really affected it was the fact that he wasn't involved with at Bash at Berlin. And really, the most over stars on Judgment Day right now are Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan. They're the hottest stars on the Judgment Day. But Finn Balor is supposed to be the leader. And I think that's a little bit like, it's definitely better than what was going on when like the original Judgment Day, right? Because with the original Judgment Day, it was even worse because you had Dominic Mysterio getting nuclear here. You got Mommy getting over. Damian Priest also getting over. Finn Balor and JD were on the same level at one point, and that feels almost ludicrous considering how we think of JD McDonough in general. So I agree with both of you gentlemen. I definitely think that Finn Balor does need this win. It's just a shame that we're gonna get Finn Balor to go over. Finn Balor's gonna go over here. But my question is, will the crowd be, invested?
No.
Will they even
No.
boo him?
No,
Will they boo him?
They may boo it, but they're not. Here's the thing, though. If they boo it, good. If they cheer, good. The only thing WWE does not want is silence.
Yeah.
That's the thing that you don't want in a wrestling promotion. You want some kind of reaction one way or the other. You can't have it just be dead silent, because then Finn Balor is not it. Also, because we were talking about Dom and Liv, fantasy booking hat, because I heard this on Instagram. I was trying to find a way to incorporate this in the show. After Bad Blood, I do want Dom to go after the IC title with Jey Uso, and I specifically want to see on Raw a tag team match with Dom and maybe JD against Jey Uso, and let's bring in somebody from NXT in who am I thinking of? Trick Williams. And the reason why is because somebody put in a comment saying that they will make a great team called Yeet That Trick.
Yeet That Trick. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. No, I don't like that at all. No, I know. You know what's funny is that I know the crowd. I know the crowd would 1000% be behind that. I just feel like they'd be like, Yeet That Trick. Oh, that would. Oh gosh.
I personally think we should do it just to see Sammy's reaction, just to watch him wither away.
Yo, live stream that.
No, bro.
So good, wouldn't it?
Me? Look, Yeet on its own. Yeet on its own is just it's over. That's all it needs to be. It's over. Okay. They say Yeet after Jey Uso literally talks and breathes. Okay. Trick Williams, at the very least, his chant is during his entrance, and then it's really it. Like he gets a chance during his matches, but
it's during important moments in a match too.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You have to whoop that trick.
Whoop that Yeet. Oh God, I hate that.
Yeet that trick.
Yeet that trick, whoop that Yeet, whatever you want to call it. I don't like it, but regardless, I think that the point is that we gotta WWE's gotta find a way to get make Finn Balor more interesting, because he seemed interesting from SummerSlam, but after that it's been a rough road down. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next match. I think this match kind of came up last second. I think it's going to build to something. It's Nia Jax versus Bayley, the rematch at Bad Blood. This match definitely seemed like they wanted to have a fifth match in there. That was a women's match, and they decided, you know what, let's go ahead and let's just have this rematch. What I'm hoping for, and I'll go ahead and get this out right now, I'm hoping for some kind of twist. I think Naomi should turn heel. Now, let me explain. Naomi right now, very obvious, she's buddies with Bayley. I think they're definitely building towards like some sort of turn between Naomi and even Tiffany Stratton, her turning babyface. I don't think the babyface turn is happening right now for Tiffany Stratton, but she's getting crowd reactions. And Naomi but they're not as loud as Tiff's. And I think right now, Naomi, since she came in at the beginning of the year, has kind of been okay. She's been featured, which is great, but nothing really sticking. I think if you want to make Naomi interesting, I think the glow stuff got to go down. We got to get a heel turn, have her feud with Bayley a bit, and see if this really, see if this puts her to the next level. Because right now, there's really nothing about Naomi that's that interesting other than her friendship with Bayley and the fact that she dances with lights all over her hair right now. Her character itself is just kind of the crowd's not really doing much. The match itself, I think this is obvious. Nia Jax is winning. I don't think Bayley should regain her title after losing it at SummerSlam. Also, I just think that, I don't know. I wish we could have gotten, I'm not going to lie. I really do wish we could have gotten Naomi versus Nia Jax at maybe a SmackDown or even at Bad Blood. I understand for the Bad Blood pay-per-view, PLE rather, it makes sense for Bayley and Nia Jax. But I just think that I think it would be a lot better if you get a fresh face in there. I know it's probably for the heel turn. I think the heel turn is going to happen. I hope it happens at Bad Blood. But really nothing to look forward to too much for this match, Justin.
Honestly, this is one of those matches where I'm just like gonna make food, grab a snack, do whatever. I have no real interest in this feud because I've already seen it. I know Nia's gonna win. Only two things would shock me in this match. One is Naomi turning heel. I think she been needed a heel run just to try it out, but the problem is I think it's too late. I think the prime time for her to turn heel was back when we had the original bloodline. Because remember, she is married into that bloodline. So she could have been a great female member of the group. And unfortunately, right now, character-wise, she is the Kofi Kingston of the women's division. She puts on spectacular moves, more athletic moves. You see her during the Royal Rumbles doing the exact same things that Kofi Kingston does to avoid eliminations. But the thing is, after that, it stalled for her. She needs to drop the character. She needs to drop the act. I know she's the one who came up with that character arc. And you know what? It did well in the beginning, but it's time for a change. It's time for some kind of change. Maybe the heel run works, but you got to decide, like, how would you even incorporate, like, what kind of heel is she going to be? Because she can't talk too much trash on the mic. She has good in-ring ability, but the thing with being a heel is you need to make us hate you. And I can't really hate Naomi, especially after watching her on Total Divas and watching her in the ring for years and all of that. The second thing that will shock me, and I kind of wish it would happen because I think Bad Blood would be a good time to do it. Tiffany Stratton cashes in that Money in the Bank briefcase.
Oh, you think it should just happen already?
It should happen. I think it happens in one of a couple places. Either she does it at Bad Blood, because now you automatically have a Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton rivalry. Oh, look, Bad Blood right there. Or she holds out until WrestleMania and gets her WrestleMania moment. But
I actually think, if you're not going to do that Bad Blood, hell, I'll do you one better. Why not at Survivor Series? Why not make a moment there? I think that would be a great spot. Or maybe the Royal Rumble. I don't think she needs necessarily a WrestleMania moment. I think what should happen is going into to WrestleMania, have Charlotte face off against Tiffany Stratton. I know that's a big dream match. I think that match would be great.
The present versus the future.
Exactly. So I think that right there would be what you would go for if I'm Triple H. The Tiffany, if you're gonna bank Tiffany to be champion, but she's very young, but if you're gonna have her become champion, I would do it before WrestleMania, and then at WrestleMania have Charlotte and Tiff duke it out. I'm not saying Charlotte should win. I don't think she should win, but I do think that would be a very interesting spot to
Since you brought that up, let me see. How old is Tiffany Stratton right now?
She's like 23 right now, 22. She's my age.
25.
She's 25. Oh, I thought she was a lot younger. I was thinking I was thinking of her because she debuted back a couple of years back at NXT.
Yeah, in NXT. Here's the thing, though. We had Paige win the women's title at like 21, 22. So as a younger champion, it does add like some new blood and a fresh face for a title run. And you could start incorporating the NXT women's division slowly into that because of it. So it kind of helps refresh the women's division a bit, especially on SmackDown, which I honestly think does need a facelift in that respect. And I think that would help boost them up. It kind of also needs to do it in a tag team division, but we've already spoken about that a couple of times.
Right. Ollie, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, this is why I fucking hate going last year, because both of you nick all of my good ideas, and I ended up having to think of something new on the spot. No, this really does feel like just an attempt to get Nia Jax on the card and get one more championship match in there. And I do sort of agree with it. It would have been better if it was with Naomi, because we've seen Nia Jax and Bayley before, and we know that the outcome of this match is going to be predictable as shit. But for me, like you two said before, there are only going to be two things that can make this match interesting. One of them is a Naomi heel turn attacking Bayley. The other one is a Tiffany Stratton cash in. And because I think with a Naomi potential heel turn, you'd be the victim of people are going to say you're trying to copy what happened on NXT with Cora Jade. And maybe for that reason, I'm slightly leaning towards a Tiffany Stratton cash in. But a Tiffany Stratton failed cash in. And then I'm thinking down the line, this leads to a Royal Rumble win for Tiffany Stratton in 2025. I'm playing long term with this shit.
That's definitely
50 time gets a main event match at WrestleMania.
Exactly.
The only problem
and that could be as much as you lot were saying, Tiffany Stratton doesn't need a WrestleMania moment. That would be sick. And I don't think there's a single soul on this planet that could convince me otherwise. But like you were saying, yes, this is the pee break. This is the time to go get your snacks, refill your fucking drinks, because nothing really is gonna nothing impactful is gonna happen as a result of this match. We're going into this match with Nia Jax as the champion. We're coming out of this match with Nia Jax as the champion. Nothing meaningful is going to change as a result of this, except I do think obviously we're going to get a failed cash-in attempt from Tiffany Stratton, maybe even solidifying a babyface turn. I'm not sure. Some would argue that needs a bit more build. I don't really know. I think, you win if you do and you win if you don't, because you're adding flavor to what's kind of a boring match. Like Justin said, you're adding cinnamon to the bowl of oatmeal. So,
right. I absolutely, but and definitely that's definitely thinking outside the box. But I don't think that Triple H wants to fail a Tiffany Stratton cash in. I feel like she wants Tiff to have her moment by itself. I don't think we need to overbook Tiffany Stratton being champion. She already has the key to it right now with Money in the Bank. So I don't know if we necessarily have to have her lose the cash in by any means. However, I do think that that's a creative way to get the crowd behind Tiffany Stratton, right? I think Tiffany, the thought of that, like Nia Jax costing Tiffany and keeping her title, I think that could lead to something down the line. But regardless, I think that's at the end of the day, I do think Nia Jax is coming away with the win. I think both of you agree. I think there's nothing else really to look forward to in this match. Now for the matches that we are all looking forward to, the ones that have been built properly. We'll start with the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley versus Dominic. Well, it might as well be. Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan with Dominic Mysterio in a shark cage. The shark cage, bro. I've had a lot of thoughts about this. Ollie, I'm gonna start with you, brother. How do you expect this match to go, and who do you got winning?
I feel like this is physically as close as you can get to, this is the furthest along we can get without physically hanging Dominic Mysterio and calling it a Dom on a pole match.
That's the
closest. This is as close as we're getting, because we all know very, very little eyes are going to be on the actual match itself, because we've seen all this before. Everyone is going to be looking at Dom. And like I said, this is as close as we're getting, and this is WWE's excuse to have him involved in the match without literally tying a fucking rope around his neck and sticking him on a pole in the corner of the ring. But I'm loving this. I'm loving this storyline. This is Ray and Eddie from back in the day all over again. This is amazing. There will be some shenanigans involving Dominic Mysterio. Not quite sure if he's built thin enough to pull off an Enzo Amore stunt, but we'll have to wait and see. But I see Liv Morgan winning via some form of Dominic interference, and at the end, obviously it's not going to be a clean win by any means to still try and protect Rhea, and then as a result of that, we're going to get Rhea attacking Dom for the 5,000th time. So Liv's winning. This is as close as we're getting without trying to, getting an attempted murder case on Dominic Mysterio, even though I think that's probably what's going to happen after the match with Rhea Ripley anyway. You never know.
I'm not going to lie. The entertaining part of this feud that, it's kind of gone, came and went. It's going to be entertaining because Dom Mysterio is going to make it entertaining, him being on a cage, obviously. But I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a little over this feud. I'm kind of over it, and I want Rhea to win the belt, because after she wins, I think the feud is over. But I don't know about you guys. I just have a feeling they're gonna have Liv Morgan win here. They're gonna have Liv Morgan win, and they're gonna have the moment happen at Survivor Series. And I'm not necessarily against that, but I think you guys mentioned Dominic Mysterio shenanigans. You mentioned that, Ollie, but I have a different card. On Monday Night Raw this past Monday, Finn Balor said that he just completed some business. Look, they don't say these things for nothing. I do think there's shenanigans that are going to happen, but I do think they're going to come from the form of Raquel Rodriguez. I think everybody's been speculating it. I think everybody's expecting it. The business decision has already been done according to the Judgment Day. I think Raquel's going to come back. She's going to remember everything that Rhea Ripley did to her, and she's going to side with Liv Morgan. And Liv Morgan is going to retain. With that being said, I'm kind of over it. I don't think Liv Morgan should keep the title past Survivor Series. I think Survivor Series should be it. That's her ceiling. I'm respectfully to Liv Morgan. She is not booked to be a dominant heel. She's not booked to be a dominant champion. A champion, like she's built with like heelish tactics. She's outsmarting people, and that's cool. But this is not a Roxanne Perez situation here. Okay, Roxanne Perez is just that damn good in the ring. Okay, she lets you know about it, and she's defending that title. And shout out to Roxanne because she's absolutely fantastic at what she does. But Liv Morgan's just not that type of wrestler, and quite frankly, I'm getting a bit tired of Liv Morgan running around as champion. I don't know if it's just like I just don't. I've never been the biggest fan of Liv Morgan. I think this is hands down the best work of her career, the most compelling work of her career for sure. She's gotten more over than she's ever gotten in her career now. I think it's time to move on. I think the women's division on Raw is good enough to move on. I don't know. I'm just overall over Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley in this feud with Dominic Mysterio. It's time to get some more women into that title race. So my heart wants Rhea Ripley to win and end this feud, but I know what they're trying to do. I think that I have an idea of what they want to do. Raquel Rodriguez is going to return. Liv Morgan is going to walk away the champ again. So Justin, go ahead, brother.
If Raquel does step in and interfere, this is going to be the first, assuming she joins Judgment Day, this is going to be the first remnant of the Judgment Day with two women in the group. But we can put that to the side. It does say a lot that the three of us are going to watch a women's world title match and are really only interested in the guy that's hanging from a shark cage. That tells you, because we've had this match over and over. We know how it goes. You know, Liv Morgan does some tactical stuff and some heel moves to try to get over. Rhea Ripley is just straight up dominates her, powers her, all that good stuff. We just want to see what the antics are going to be at the end of the day. That's what's really going to make this match. I think a couple things when I think about this, like Dom Mysterio coming out and having a key to the shark cage and like sneaks out and ends up hanging there, and then we're all just laughing about that while the referee's distracted, something happens. Then you got Raquel Rodriguez coming up, or because I pay way too much attention to things and notice that Rhea Ripley has been doing the headbutt a few too many times. Maybe Dom just like drops some brass knuckles to Liv, and then when Rhea tries to go for that headbutt, boom, straight to the dome. But, you know, there's a lot of ways this can go. But all the ways lead to the same thing. Liv is going to win. Liv is going to win because I don't think Raw has any heel competitors to actually go after the title. I think they can build them. I don't think they have them right now. They have plenty of faces. That's why I don't really like the idea of Rhea having the title, just because then it's like, who else are we going to do?
Yeah,
and
it's
a problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like the women's division in Raw kind of has a problem. So because there is no, I said it again. There's nobody else. I would love for Lyra Valkyria to be the one to maybe like challenge Liv. Io Sky possibly. Yeah, like there's so like I think I'm thinking about it now. Are they gonna have Pure Fusion Collective be part of the world title picture? I don't think they should. I'll be honest. Who out of that entire group is worthy of being in the title picture right now? Who? There's nobody.
Shayna Baszler, probably you have to build her for a while.
Yeah, Shayna Baszler is the only believable one out of all of them. But Sonya Deville is not good in the ring. She's not very good. She's okay on the mic, good enough. Zoe Stark is amazing in the ring, but she has no charisma. So it's like, where exactly there's nothing really in the women's division on Raw that is very compelling enough. Honestly, here's what will move me. Here's what will move me. We're talking about Raw's women's division right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just thinking about myself, about like, the contenders. I seriously think Io Sky has to be the one to be at WrestleMania against anybody who's challenging for that belt. Whether it's Liv Morgan, whether it's Rhea Ripley. I think Io Sky's got to be the one, because if you've seen her work in the tag team division, she is getting better crowd reactions than anybody. More than I'm like, not a very high bar to set with Pure Fusion Collective, obviously, but when her music hits, the crowd pops. Okay, so I think her, and on top of that, she's got so much charisma for somebody who doesn't necessarily speak the English language. She's amazing in the ring. That goes without saying.
She's 2024's Asuka.
Yeah, exactly. And I think I'll go ahead and say I think she's better than Asuka. I think her in-ring ability is better than Asuka. I think her the only thing I'll give Asuka is her personality is so, it just gravitates. Like she doesn't need to speak English at all. She's got so much oozing charisma. I think as a performer, I guess Asuka is technically better, but I'm a big fan of Io,
based on primes. Yo,
Asuka
Asuka got an undefeated streak for over a year for a reason.
Yeah, that was
because of her in-ring ability.
Yeah. Ollie, have you talked about this match yet? I'm wondering.
Which one?
The
Dominic Cage.
Dominic Cage.
Yeah, no, because I was talking about the attempted murder that was going to happen.
Attempted murder, right?
This isn't even a Liv versus Rhea match. It's a Dominic Cage match.
I think, but that's the problem, bro. I feel like this women's division needs to move forward. I want Dominic Mysterio to move to the IC title division after this. I don't want Dom near the women's division anymore, bro. I'm so over it at this point. But let's get to our double main event. Roman freaking Reigns and Cody Rhodes against Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa. Justin, I will go to you first, brother. What are your thoughts on this match being made?
Is it sad that, again, I'm not even interested in this for the match itself? I just want to see the antics, and I want and demand to see returns. Specifically, I want to see Jimmy Uso return. And
you want to see it right now?
I want to see Jimmy Uso come back. And the reason why I want to see it is because Survivor Series is the next PLE, which means we're going to get the War Games match, which means we need to start seeing heads come back. So, yes, it's going to be a decent tag team match. I feel like all four of them can compete against each other. I really only want to see Roman Reigns against both members. I want to see Roman and Solo because Solo basically took the bloodline from him. And then I want to see Roman and Jacob because it's Roman and Jacob. Like that will, in Ollie's words, feed families. So I'm only really enjoying the match for like maybe 5 minutes. And then after that, I'm looking around the crowd and everybody because I want to see the antics. I want to see you build up to the next PLE.
I'm not going to lie. And Ollie, you can go right now in just a second, but man, I don't know about you, but I'm excited for the match too. Like, I think Cody and Roman are very good performers, and Solo and Jacob, I mean, Solo proved himself in that SmackDown championship match, and then Jacob Fatu, there's nothing else that we haven't already said about him. So I think the match itself, the antics that are going to happen, there are going to be some, but the match quality is going to be pretty damn good too. Go ahead, Ollie. You are on mute, my brother.
Yes, you are. Ollie boy, take yourself off of mute.
It wasn't me. It was one of you two fuckers.
No, it wasn't because I got the full
we
screen
did
on.
not. No.
My little mute button down wherever it is down there on my screen was white. I was not on mute. You two can go fuck yourself.
I didn't touch a damn thing, Aldi. That's the thing. I didn't
Before I
didn't
before
touch
I was
anything.
so as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by you two set of bastards. When I'm watching this match, right, I'm going to be splitting it into 3 sections. Section number 1, first sort of 5 minutes of this match, is I'm gauging what Roman and Cody are doing with each other, how they're reacting to each other, how they're prepared to work with each other. Basically, the overall reception they're getting from each other, given their past and given their history. Because if you asked me about this match at WrestleMania, I'd have told you must have been high on something, because I'd have thought there's no way this is ever going to happen, right? Then the second sort of third is, holy shit, Roman Reigns and Jacob Fatu are in the same ring. That's the second section, and just hoping that we get a straight 7-8 minutes of them alone, because that, as Justin said, is going to fucking feed families. And then the third portion of me watching this match is keeping an eye out for any interferences or returns. And I'm not exclusively saying returns, because I think there's going to be some people who haven't been away that could be involved in this match. Let's cast your minds back to Backlash last year, Puerto Rico, Bad Bunny versus Damian Priest. Think about how many interferences we got in that match. I'm gauging a similar amount for this match as well, except I don't think it's going to be Rock the Dwayne Johnson. I think we will see, I don't know, maybe, well, obviously Tonga Loa is going to get involved. Obviously.
And botching another low blow. In
some way, yeah. I think Tama Tonga is obviously going to get involved, because he's going to be at ringside. So then you're thinking, right, we need some baby faces to step in here to help our boys Roman and Cody. No walking flurries. Jey Uso going to come out. He's going to get his ass handed to him. And then Jimmy's coming back. We are seeing, this is what's going to make this PLE special. We are seeing a reunion of the Usos in this match. I will be seated. I am fucking here for it. As to who I actually think is going to win, well, we're going to get a moment, aren't we? We're going to get Roman and Cody winning. As much as I'd like to see Jacob and Solo winning to sort of, further their case, or what they think's their case of the new bloodline, and try and build them and make them look even stronger. This is going to be the birth of the War Games. This is setting up War Games, and this is going to be the birth of the storylines for that match, all building up towards next month. And there's no better way than having this as your show ender. This is going to be the last match of the card, and the final shot is going to be the Usos, Roman, Cody, all in the ring, all with their hands up. That's your final shot. That's the end.
Cody should be nowhere near that War Games match. I feel like the Universal Undisputed Championship needs to be defended in Survivor Series. So take him out, replace him with somebody else. We were talking about bland oatmeal needing some seasoning. There is more than enough seasoning in this oatmeal that we don't need Cody Rhodes for it. We can take him out.
Sami Zayn's taking this.
They're
gonna definitely take him out. I think they're definitely building something with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. I think there's a turn that could be coming at Bad Blood concerning maybe Kevin Owens or Randy Orton. There might be, but ironically, I don't think Jey Uso should be anywhere near this bloodline feud. I think Jey Uso should be away from it, actually. I think right now, we're kind of too far gone with what the bloodline is working with. Right now, it's Kevin Owens, it's Cody Rhodes, it's Randy Orton, it's Roman Reigns. Guys, I don't know about you, but there is a chance, there's a small chance we could be getting those 4 men against the likes of Solo, Jacob Fatu, Tonga Loa, and Tama Tonga. I think there's a chance that those 8 men are going to be inside of War Games. There's a very strong chance. I think Jimmy is going to return. It's just, how are they going to do it? How are they going to make Jimmy a threat? Because Jimmy, you got to remember how Jimmy was before he got sent home by Tama Tonga and Solo. He wasn't looked at as a very threatening talent at all. So you expect me to believe that he's going to come back and he's going to do something to Jacob Fatu, to Tama Tonga?
No. Yes.
He'll do something to Tonga Loa.
He's gonna come back, and just like the Royal Rumble moments, he's gonna have his little licks on everybody, hits on everybody, but he's specifically there for Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa. Specifically Tonga Loa.
I think Tama Tonga, if anything. Tama Tonga, because he's the one who attacked him. For
there
sure. But I don't know, man. I'm curious to see how they do Jimmy's return, because it feels like right now he is nowhere near what's going, like, the road to Survivor Series, which is evidently what I would assume this match is building to. Look, I think Cody and Roman are winning this match. Solo's gonna take the pin because I think they really want to protect Jacob Fatu. But overall, I don't know. I you know who might return genuinely? Who I think has a very solid chance of returning here, and you guys see it in the title. I think there's a strong chance The Rock is returning here in this PLE. I think there's a very strong chance. I think the fact that Roman and Cody are teaming up right now is going to take The Rock by surprise. And this is a perfect way to start the setup. It can happen at Bad Blood or it can happen at Survivor Series. But when they think of the big guy, like when Pat McAfee says, hey, is the big guy going to be there? And what other big guy really is there other than The Rock right now that hasn't been on TV recently? So I do think The Rock has a strong chance of appearing. And I think that it could definitely, I think it makes the most sense. I'll be honest. I think The Rock returning here makes the most sense. Jey Uso returning here makes sense as well. I just don't think, I just don't know how they're going to really do it, man.
If The Rock shows up, I guarantee you the Bloodline's winning this match. Because nobody's expecting The Rock to come back. And if he does show up, everybody's going to be distracted. And then all of a sudden, Jacob Fatu hits everybody with a whisper in the wind, which I still don't understand how somebody his size can do that.
A whisper in the wind is funny, bro. That's funny. That's
how
hilarious.
does he do that? But he's going to do that. Then you're going to see a Samoan spike by Solo. And then it's 1, 2, 3. And then the image that you see in the ring is actually the Bloodline.
I mean, man, we're going to definitely see. I'm very excited for this tag team match for sure. Also, The Rock, I think if he's going to return, it's going to be after the match. I don't think he's going to interrupt anybody, but we'll see. I think either way would fit perfectly. I don't have an issue with either one. Ali, you said that was going to be the main event. If The Rock returns, if this is main eventing, I think The Rock is going to definitely return. But I'll tell you what should main event. And it's the match we're about to talk about right now. It's CM Punk. It's Drew McIntyre. This has been the feud of the year, hands down. Everything these two men have touched has turned to gold. I think this is hands down some of the best. This is the best storyline in the WWE this year. That doesn't attain a title. And hell, if you even add titles, I still think this is hands down the feud of the year. When CM Punk came back last year in 2023, right? We all thought the matches with CM Punk. Oh, what about the matches with Cody? Never in my wildest dreams would I expected Drew McIntyre to be the guy to take this feud, take his character and take it to the next level. This is hands down going to be match of the night. I don't see any other match topping this. I don't know what else to say about this match. Justin, I'll go to you, man. Your thoughts on this match and what you think the results are going to be, brother.
Guys, this match is going to suck only because we don't have the bracelet anymore. I'm absolutely lying.
Yeah,
no, this is the match that gets me excited for Bad Blood, because this is what this freaking rivalry was supposed to have. Not the bullshit strap match that we got last PLE. Not that shit. Yes, I'm still heated over that. Not that. This is what we're supposed to see. A match where the whole point is to beat the holy hell out of your opponent, where everything goes. They can go outside the ring. They can grab weapons. They can use cage. If they really are feeling adventurous, you can climb the cage. But with CM Punk's health history, I'm pretty sure you'll want to stay away from that one. But this is where the rivalry is going to end. These two are already one up on each other in matches. So this is going to be the rubber match between them. And honestly, because I'm pretty sure they want to keep building CM Punk to eventually go for a world title run, it's going to be CM Punk that eventually comes out on top of this match. But it is also going to build Drew McIntyre. And Drew McIntyre may go into the IC title picture, and we can once again have him versus Jey Uso, whom already shown that they can have a good rivalry together. And if you put gold on the line between those two, you get an even better matchup.
Yeah, there's a lot that these two competitors who have huge bad blood for each other, no pun intended. I think that there's a lot that they can do post match. I mean, you said it, Justin. Drew McIntyre in the IC title picture. I don't see that as a demotion. I see that as an opportunity to elevate Drew McIntyre. And I'll be honest, Jey Uso being champion makes this even better because now we got heels everywhere on Raw. We got Bronson Reed, Dominic Mysterio, and now you throw Drew McIntyre into that picture. I mean, hell, you crown Drew McIntyre Intercontinental Champion. That right there,
social media will pop off.
Perfect. That's perfect, and I think everybody would be happy for that.
And then you know who's going to come after him? Seth freaking Rollins after he's done with Bronson Reed.
With the IC title, you think?
Yeah.
For the IC title?
Yeah.
Ooh. Man,
let's not put him straight to. We're gonna wait till CM Punk eventually possibly wins a world title, and then we're gonna throw Seth Rollins.
Man. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins has to happen at WrestleMania, and it's got a main event, in my opinion. I don't think. I'll be honest. I think that match should main event. But Ollie, I'll go to you. What are your thoughts on this Hell in a Cell match, and who do you think is going to come out the winner?
I think this match is going to either confirm or deny what all of the AEW fanboys were saying about CM Punk when he first re-signed with WWE and returned last year. Because I'm going to go a little bit of a different route. I think Drew McIntyre is picking up this win. And the main reason is I'm trying to focus on the here and now, not trying to build CM Punk into a potential future WWE title contender further down the line, which I think obviously he's going to do. But that's exactly the reason I'm going for Drew to win this. Because if we look at the here and now, they're still building Drew McIntyre. As much as he's been wrapped up in this feud with CM Punk, he is very much still capable of being in the main event championship picture. And with Gunther picking up the championship recently as well, that just gives us even more fuel in that fire of Drew McIntyre is going to eventually challenge for a world championship again in the near future, which I think he will, and which I think is why they're going to give him this match. And like I said, it's going to either confirm or deny all of the AEW fanboys, because they were all calling him selfish, he's a cancer in the workplace. But if you ask CM Punk now, at this point of his career, to put over Drew McIntyre so that he can then go and challenge for a world championship, that cements him as a legend in the business if he isn't already. And that also proves that AEW diehard marks wrong, which is what I love. Okay, no shit on AEW, because I love it just as much as the next person. But when you've got those types of people who are so defendant of their company, and they're just like, oh no, well, CM Punk can do no good. If he does this, I think the match is going to be an absolute thriller. I think it's going to be very entertaining to watch. But like I said, I think Drew McIntyre is going to win. And I think it says so much about Punk's character. Because remember, CM Punk signed a multi-year contract. Okay, he is not going anywhere at least for another 2 years from this point. So there's time to build him back into the World Championship picture. I don't think they're going to give it to him straight away. I don't think that'll be his first championship back. I think he might want to go for an Intercontinental Championship just to warm him back up. And arguably, some would say that he's ready now to go back straight into the World Championship picture. I'm not sure. I think there are people already holding both of those championships that need time to run their course with them first before you even think about putting Punk back on them. So for now, I think Punk takes a mid-card championship. Drew McIntyre solidifies his spot as a main event championship contender. And that's what determines the outcome of this match. So I think Punk is going to put Drew over just to further that notion that, the whole idea that Drew is the here and now of the main event championship contenders.
Right, and I'll push back on this. I don't think they're gonna have CM Punk get pinned twice, and not have Drew McIntyre get pinned at all. I do like the idea of building up Drew McIntyre back into the World Heavyweight Championship picture. I like that idea, but right now I think Drew McIntyre, he's doing the best work of his career, hands down. Like, there is no question about it. So, but with that being said, I don't think that I think he got his win at a high profile show at SummerSlam, right? He's still a part of this feud that everybody's talking about. Probably gonna main event Bad Blood. I think right now he has enough momentum to, hey, we're gonna have you take this pin and we're gonna move you down to, not down, but to the Intercontinental Championship picture, where the Intercontinental Championship is one of the most important titles right now in all of wrestling. So there is no shame, I think, in Drew McIntyre losing this match. After this, they're done with the feud. So you can have CM Punk go for the World Heavyweight Championship. You can have Drew McIntyre go for the Intercontinental Championship. Maybe their paths can cross again in the middle of all that. You never know. But right now, I think that it's good. It would be very healthy for CM Punk to get his first win right now. Like, but Ollie, I do think you make a great point about Drew McIntyre. I think if he would win this match, it would definitely catapult his status. I think him as a World Heavyweight Champion is so believable. To this day, I still feel very iffy about Scotland and what happened there, right? So, quite frankly, I'm excited to see what they do here. I'm excited to see what the match is actually going to be like, because they mentioned blood. Okay, they mentioned this match is going to be emotionally charged. This match is going to be violent. It's going to be bloody. We got to see Bad Blood in the Bad Blood. We have to see blood in the Bad Blood pay-per-view. If we don't see blood in this pay-per-view, this PLE is a failure. Justin, Ollie, I kid you not. No, pay attention, America. America, pay attention. If there is no blood in the Bad Blood PLE, this PLE is a failure. Okay, there is no. I don't care how good the match was. I don't care how great the optics were. If there is no blood, there is no. I kid you not. I will not bring Triple H. Okay?
This is when you can tell.
You tried to make a point and ended up messing up your own audio. So I will make it loud and clear.
This is when you can tell. This is when you can tell Sammy's being deadly serious, because he moves about 2 inches from his camera.
Yeah, I got to. I gotta make sure everybody understands.
But if you want to make this emotional, we need one of the wives there. I will just come out and say, if you want to really make this an emotional match, one of their wives need to be in attendance.
Fuck it.
Fuck AJ.
Put Larry in the front row.
Throw freaking Larry. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Throw somebody up.
Throw Larry in.
Put Larry in the row.
Yeah, throw Larry in there. See what happens. No, I'm playing. We do not
condone. We are joking.
PETA, relax, okay? No. You mentioned AEW.
Yep.
Ollie, and that's a very interesting point. The AEW, they're not freaks. They're fans, okay? America. They're fans that are totally normal, fans that are 1000% sane, fans that, are very passionate for pro wrestling.
Granted, there's not very many of them.
Hey, okay, relax, Ollie, relax. This is not an anti-AEW show, okay, ladies and gentlemen. All right, AEW, we're here with good news for AEW, okay? AEW has officially signed a new multimedia rights deal with Warner Bros. Discovery. Let's clap it up for AEW. Let's clap it up. The AEW's been working very hard the last 5 years, right? They've been establishing themselves. The deal is valued at upwards of $150 million per year when all the elements are taken into account. Again, another round of applause. This is absolutely phenomenal. This is great. AEW shows Dynamite and Collision will remain on TBS and TNT, and for the first time, AEW programming will stream live on Max simultaneously for US subscribers and will be available to stream on demand starting January 2025. And then everything's going great, right? I'm hearing all this stuff and it's just absolutely phenomenal. And then we get, they have Max, right? And you would think Max would be the home for their PLEs, pay-per-views. Well, AEW live pay-per-views will be available on Max later in 2025 at a discounted price per event.
Which means none of us, for the most part, are watching.
No. I'm gonna I watched All In. I thought All In was a fantastic show. I thought All Out was a pretty damn good show as well. My problem here is that they are taking the ESPN Plus route, right? You get ESPN Plus, you pay for ESPN Plus, but do you want the PLE? Do you want the actual pay-per-view? Well, you're gonna have to actually pay. Why am I paying for ESPN Plus if I can't just get the pay-per-view there for free? I'm paying for it already. Max, I think right now is like what, $15 a month?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't just have the I get it, right? Like they want money for sure. But man, like when you see the way, I hate to compare companies, but you see the way WWE is doing it with the Peacock and how they're just for $5 just watch the damn PLE. Just watch it.
So here's the thing, and this is coming on the business side of it, which I love when the business side of sports. They are hemorrhaging when it comes to the cash department right now, and it's for a variety of reasons. Number one, they can't sell out shows. Like, let's be straight up, live shows or even televised shows, they can't sell out the arenas, which means you're not getting ticket revenue from there. You're also not getting merch sales from there. So they kind of have to go the pay-per-view route because that's the only way they can actually make money. But the problem, like Sammy's pointing out, that you're not going with the HBO Max route is solely because you're not reaching that audience that can't afford $60 to $100 pay-per-view pricings or $60 to $100 ticket pricing. So the people who can pay $15 a month that can watch your product, you're not reaching them. So they're not even tuning in, which means you're not making money off of them in the long run. And I'm not trying to make this a measuring contest, but how much did you say that deal was with Warner Brothers?
It was $150 million.
Okay. USA Network for SmackDown paid $287 million. And I'm not making a measuring contest. I'm trying to tell AEW as a business, you want to make the big money in the future, you need loyal fans. And in order to get the most amount of loyal fans possible, you need to ease the barrier of entry to watch your product.
And another thing is that you need to make the product better. Like let's take the business side of things out the window for a second, right? And Justin, that's actually amazing insight, and I'm glad you mentioned that. But people will gravitate to a better product. WWE was in the toilet for a majority of the 2010s and heading into the 2020s. Only when Triple H started booking the shows did we see a significant leap in the quality, and when the quality got better, the money was starting to come in as well, right? So AEW, if you want people to like really sell out shows like WWE, look, you can call yourself an alternative for sure, and if you're an alternative, that's completely fine. But at the end of the day, you gotta make something happen. Like you gotta start getting the views up there. You got to start making some storylines. So you got to start making something for us fans to care about, and not just great matches can be great matches, but if they have nothing behind them, there's nothing. I remember watching All In, and I saw Bryan Danielson win the AEW World Championship, and it felt amazing, right? But more of those moments, and less of just having matches for the sake of matches. Go ahead, Ollie.
Yeah, I don't really have much to add. I just think that this deal as a whole, as much as it's benefiting them in terms of outright money they're getting paid from the networks, I think this is pushing away a very big demographic of viewers. The people who, like, the regular AEW viewers who were happy with it as it was in its current format. And now, this is the portion of viewers who aren't already subscribed to Max, who aren't willing to pay upwards of $60 for a pay-per-view. You're then pushing them away because now they can no longer access either the live shows, the live pay-per-views, or even the on-demand, which I think is something that AEW has been lacking a lot since its inception, is the fact that now with this new deal, you can go and watch things back on demand, even the weekly shows as well, which is something that's been missing from this for a long time. And while that's all well and good, and there are still going to be some people who are more than prepared to go and pay the $15 a month for Max just for that privileges, like, there's still a very large portion of people who are pumping the numbers into AEW weekly television week after week after week, as it used to be. And that's just gone now because you're moving it to an even more exclusive level.
Yeah, I just think that the way they handled it, like, I'm glad. This is great for wrestling. Let me make this very clear. This is great for wrestling. This is great for that a secondary company can come out and create jobs for other wrestlers, other indie wrestlers that are trying to make their way up. This is great. I do think it's a bit of a bummer that we have to go through an $18 a month paywall, then just hit another paywall just to watch the pay-per-view that we want to, right? And that's such.
You could do what I do, and we have our creators from TikTok who have deals with these wrestling companies to do live streams during the events, Santi being one of them. And you just watch it that way, which again is helping to hemorrhage money from AEW because they're not making it. Right.
I mean, that's the thing that sucks is that, like, they're not selling tickets. They're not, like, think about the viewership has gone down from what I remember. If you guys remember 2021 AEW, that was like viewership was the product was so hot, and it's like the company was 2 years in. We were 2 years into the company. The company was hot, and now we're in 2024, and the company's colder than it's been in years, right? Like, it's very, very cold, and that sucks, man. That sucks because I know there's a lot of great talent on that roster that I feel like Tony is just not utilizing to the best of its ability, man. So I'm glad for AEW.
We could not go outside.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for AEW. I really hope that eventually, like, they start to book their shows a bit better. Well, Bad Blood is this Saturday. I will be tuning in, hopefully, and I'm excited for that. I'll be honest, guys, gentlemen, I'm excited for that Hell in a Cell match, man. I think
that's really what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I think of everything of that PLE, that Hell in a Cell match is going to be the one that absolutely steals the damn show. With that being said, we thank you guys so much for joining us. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and comment down below what you think of this Bad Blood PLE, the Bad Blood predictions, AEW getting their new deal. Is The Rock coming back? Let us know down in the comment section. Follow us on all social media platforms, and that is going to be it for us. Peace.